All right, guys. So it is nice every now and then to get a moment where the media actually does their fucking job. You all know I've been losing my mind because I feel like the reaction from the media to Trump's new illegal war and regime change has been absolutely disgusting and incredibly weak and stupid. Well, here we have Ahmed from MSNOW, formerly MSNBC, and he's talking to the Republican Congresswoman, Anna Paulina Luna. And boy, oh boy, does he catch her speeding and fucking tear her a new one. Watch this.
Again, I think President Trump is doing will stabilize the United States for generations to come, and it will ultimately be responsible for many Americans not dying from fentanyl overdoses, etc. It has been interesting to note, though, that you're seeing the president and many countries that have been run by cartels, for example, Mexico, react in a negative light as opposed to countries like Argentina, for example.
Okay, so two things. Did you read the indictment that was unsealed by Pam Bondi?
I read some of it, and I know I think it's one of the first pages that cocaine is referenced.
Okay. Fentanyl is not mentioned in that, and neither is this alleged hit that you're talking about Nicolas Maduro putting out on Senator Marco Rubio. Why would the Trump administration not indict him on what you're making to be a huge claim by an adversary of the United States against a sitting U.S. senator? Why do you think they didn't?
It's definitely an important piece of information, and I will make sure that I follow up with Todd Blanche and suggest that they try to charge him for that.
That's not what you're saying. You're justifying the actions of the
administration.
You're justifying the actions of the administration by citing fentanyl and citing an alleged hit on Senator Marco Rubio. Both of those.
Fentanyl and cocaine and drugs have been definitely trafficked out of Venezuela.
Fentanyl is not mentioned at all in the indictment against Nicolas Maduro.
I'm actually telling you confirmed information. I'm telling you confirmed information. I would reach out to the secretary's office and see if Nicolas Maduro put out a hit on him. And I just said that I would follow up with the DOJ.
I'm just telling you it's not mentioned in the indictment, and I'm asking you to explain why it's not mentioned in the indictment.
Department of Justice. I don't know. I don't work at the Department of Justice, but I think that would be a good thing for you guys to follow up on.
Do you think maybe it's not a real thing? Do you think it's maybe not a real thing that they have any evidence to substantiate it?
No, I don't think that it's not a real thing. I think it definitely happened, and I definitely confirmed it with two separate people before I came onto your show because I wanted to share that with you. And I would suggest that you guys follow up with the Secretary's office because I do think that that's something that the American people should know.
Oh, my goodness. All right, so a couple things there. First of all, I hadn't heard this shit until right now. She goes, oh, we had to take out Maduro because he had a hit out on Marco Rubio. Okay, guys, I swear time is a flat circle. And we live in hell and history repeats itself. Because some of you might be old enough to remember, George W. Bush, when making the argument to go into Iraq, he said, Saddam tried to kill my daddy. Saddam was trying to kill George H.W. Bush. That's what he said. And now here we go. We got the 2025 version of this. Oh, my God. Maduro was trying to kill Marco Rubio. We had to go in. Okay. So first of all, that is completely and utterly fucking made up. It's just as made up as when people pretended for like 7 seconds that it was actually Iran that tried to put a hit out on Trump. No. No. And then the other thing is, I can't believe, guys, they're still, like, she's still out there doing the whole, well, we needed to do it because of the fentanyl that's being brought into the U.S. Well, as Ahmed pointed out, fentanyl's not fucking mentioned. There's literally zero fentanyl comes from Venezuela. Even Republican Senator Rand Paul has said that repeatedly on TV, and it's not mentioned in the fucking indictment. So she's bringing up reasons that are not even fucking mentioned. And the reason she's doing that is because she's an idiot, and she doesn't know how to defend it, and she goes straight to the fucking, fortune cookie-ass, slogan-ass talking points that her low IQ colleagues use to try to justify this and rationalize it, and she hits a brick wall of facts because Ahmed decided to read the fucking indictment. This is the thing that you guys need to understand. If you watch this show, you need to understand this. You will be ahead of literally 98% of people if you just, read the source shit. Like, I remember reading the indictment, the Jack Smith indictment of Trump with his various crimes that he was charged with. And I read the indictment, I think, was it the Letitia James? I think it was the Letitia James indictment. The civil stuff about tax fraud, insurance fraud, business fraud. I remember just reading all that and taking notes. And I'm not kidding when I say I think I was more knowledgeable about that than 100% of the people commenting on it. So I turn on the news or, listen to some Republicans talk about it. And I go, I'm not kidding when I say they haven't read any of the indictment. They know nothing about the facts of this case. And it makes you want to bang your head against the wall. But it also, makes you feel like, oh my God, it's a superpower to just read the source shit. And so Ahmed read it, and then he immediately goes, what are you talking, fucking Marco Rubio assassination attempt? What are you talking about? Fentanyl? What are you talking about? Guys, they've been blowing up a bunch of fucking fishermen. Did you know that in order for these boats that they've been blowing up to reach the U.S., they would need to refuel 22 times. They're little fucking dingy fishing boats. They can't reach the U.S. There was reporting when they're blowing up these boats, they weren't even heading in the same direction as the U.S. They were going in the other direction. So all the drug smuggling stuff is beyond horseshit. There, but one ship happened to be, that wasn't fishermen and did have drugs on it. It was fucking marijuana. You know, the shit that's legal in the majority of states in the U.S. And again, the marijuana wasn't even coming here, I don't think. So when they say this, they know it's bullshit. Everybody knows it's bullshit. She tries to get away with it. Like, he would have to, in order for him to not catch that, he would have to be just a sad excuse for a journalist. But he's not. He's actually very intelligent and he's a good journalist. And so he called it out. And it got fucking testy there. The thing that's amazing to me about Republicans is the sense of like entitlement that they have, that they feel like I should be allowed to get away with my brazen lies and my fucking misinformation and disinformation and malinformation. They feel like aggrieved, like a victim if you're like, hey, that's not true. Here's what the actual information says. And so, great job there. Great job there from Ahmed. That was amazing to see. But this is what we're going to deal with now, guys. Now you're going to hear fucking endless coping and seething and whining and moaning about how, oh, it was fentanyl and it was cocaine and they tried to kill Marco Rubio and he was actually a really bad guy. And we've seen this movie before. And now, unfortunately, we're going to watch it again and then probably again after that and again after that because we're literally led by a cabal of fredophile, grapist war criminals. And I wish that wasn't the case, but it is true. There's a shadow government of billionaire fredophile criminals and their lackeys that run everything. And all they give a shit about is greed and narcissism and careerism and profit and corporatism. And they do not give a flying fuck. I love how they're like, got Marco Rubio out there making the argument, we're doing this for Venezuelans. Are you kidding me? The way it works now, the oil is nationalized. So the people get the profits of the oil. You're going in there and saying, let's give the oil to U.S. oil companies and billionaires. You'd be stealing it from them. But he has the nerve to say, this is for Venezuelans. Which, by the way, even if it was for Venezuelans, which it's not, even that is unacceptable because you're fucking taking away Americans' healthcare right now. You kicked 18 million people off Medicaid and tripled the prices for healthcare premiums and froze 94 million pounds of food aid. Americans are dealing with inflation that's out of control and unemployment's rising and AI is taking everybody's jobs. And even if you were doing, we're going to do this for Venezuelans, the average American's going to say, what about fucking me? How about me? Venezuela? Why? We're going to run Venezuela? We're going to run fucking Gaza? We're going to give $40 billion to Argentina? I can't pay my light bill. The new data center has driven up the cost of my light bill. I can't afford that shit. And by the way, ChatGPT took my job. I'm in trouble here. Right? But no. So anyway, great job from Ahmed. And the media better step up because it is a lot of what I've seen is embarrassing, but this was one bright moment.
Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.